If you're looking for the cheapest and most reliable Madden 22 coins on the market, check out my sponsor, MMOEXPR.com. Links are in the description, and use code JEDI at checkout for 5% off. Alrighty, so hey there guys, Ader DeCosta here, aka Jennifer95, coming at you guys with another video. So a few things to go over today before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of this video. We're going to be talking about the next AP update. I've been meaning to put out a video on it. I've talked about it a couple of times, but you know, I'm gonna just basically do it here soon. So, but with this stuff coming out tomorrow, not tomorrow, over the next little bit, we got Derwin James for the Madden Bowl. He is the final player for the Madden Bowl. So here are his stats: 96 speed. So powered up, he'll be 97 speed, which means he'll be 99 speed on every theme team, which is actually pretty good. Not gonna lie, I actually might pick up this Derwin James. Right now, I don't know what his price is on the market, but I do still have a 91, 92 power-up pass somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's on Jerry Rice. So once I do get enough for Jerry Rice and, you know, buy his card again, I'll probably put the power pass on Derwin. And then, you know, use this Derwin for the power-up and whatnot. So yeah, 99 speed, 96 excel, 98 hit power, 95 zone. You know, he's a good user card. Honestly, I could probably actually have him playing deep safety instead because I don't know what his block shed will be, but I do like this Derwin card. I think he's actually pretty solid. Then also just to let you guys know, there is some free Team of the Year login rewards coming out. Today there was Deontay Johnson. So the set for these cards will unlock on February 4th. And when it does unlock on the 4th of February, you will be able to earn a 95 overall NCAT player. I don't know if it's going to be Team of the Year players or not. I would imagine they won't be. But you'll be able to earn a 95 NCAT just by collecting the sets. Then we have some veterans reveals. So they did reveal a couple. So the first one is going to be Nick Foles. So powered up, 85 speed, 96 throw power. I'm assuming he'll be able to get both Gunslinger and Hot Route Master. But, you know, Nick Foles, solid field general quarterback, nothing really special about him. And then the other one is Randall Cobb. So 95 speed, 98 jumping, 93, 95, 95 for the route running. Very good catching all the way around. He is a slot receiver, which means that he will get slot apprentice for 1 AP. So Packers fans have a lot to be excited about today, you know, with the fact, you know, even though they didn't get Team of the Year cards, they did get basically they got a 99 slot receiver basically for the entire year, and they have somebody who definitely was definitely needed for the Packers theme team, because if you guys follow It's Juju, his channel, you know, the Packers definitely did need a receiver. Like, Devontae Adams was the only one they had. Like, their receivers were so bad that he had Jimmy Graham and Jermichael Finley playing as wide receiver. That's how desperate he was for receivers. So the Packers get a receiver today, but tomorrow. But other than that, guys, let's jump into the actual AP changes that I want to see. Now, there's going to be a few of these. Some of these I'm going to be talking about for abilities that I think absolutely necessarily need to be changed on both sides of the ball. Then you're going to have abilities that I would like to see change. I might be a little bit upset for a certain reason or nothing or another. And then there's other abilities that I do think need to be changed, but I won't be as upset if they do not change them because I don't think they're that big of a deal. But for the quarterback position, absolutely the first thing number one is going to be Escape Artist. This needs to go up in AP. I know on current gen it isn't as good as next gen, and I can actually attest to that now. I've actually played current gen, which, by the way, my first ever gameplay was my last video, so I've already said this on Twitter. If you guys can get that video to 6 likes, I will make another gameplay for the Seattle Seahawks team as soon as possible, but I'm not going to do it until we get 6 likes on that video. So, but anyways, Escape Artist, you know, it does need to go up. I do still think it needs to be double-digit AP. On next gen, it's just insane how easy it is to escape out of the pocket when the pocket is collapsing on you. And I do think it does need to be changed. Gunslinger, I think this absolutely needs to go down to what it was last year. Basically, just 3 AP. I think, personally, 3 AP across the board. 2 AP, I could understand why people didn't like it for 2 AP last year because it was really good and it was super cheap. But, you know, 3 AP, 4 AP, I would say 3 is actually probably about a good balance, a good cost for it, for Gunslinger. Now, obviously, this one I don't think they're going to do because they would not have put in abilities like Pass Lead Elite for improvisers and scramblers if they weren't going to do that. So, if they were going to do that, so I do think that it needs to go down to, I personally think it should go down, but I don't think they're going to do it. Then you also have things like Hot Route Master. I'd argue this should be 6 AP on field generals. And then, yeah, actually not even just on field generals. I think in general, 6 AP for all quarterbacks. Just, you know, getting all extra hot routes for everybody, I think is very OP. And so in turn, I think it's just something that I would like to see changed. You know, put this up to 6 AP. Now, I will be upset if they don't change this one, but I don't think it's a necessary change at this moment because obviously Escape Artist is just ruining quarterback play overall. In terms of running backs, though, I don't think running backs, I don't think running backs need abilities changed. I think they're in a perfect spot for their cost and their abilities. So we'll move on to pass catchers, tight ends and wide receivers. Deep out elite, I think this should go up to 3 AP. You know, it has to go up. It is glitched to where, basically everybody can get it. Yeah, as long as the pass is inside as long as they catch the pass, it lights up on in and out passes, which it shouldn't be doing that. So it definitely does need to be changed. So change it to 3 AP. Then you also have abilities like these single spot apprentices, like slot, slot, outside, tight end, and the running back one they already did 1 AP on, but slot, tight end, and outside apprentice. I argue this should be 1 AP on our archetypes, and I think this is a change that should be done. And if they don't do it, I will be a little bit sad, because quite honestly, I don't understand why slot apprentice costs the same amount of AP as Hot Route Master, and Hot Route Master for field generals, it's the same cost. What I'm trying to say, and Hot Route Master gives you all the wide receiver routes, right, for every position. Meanwhile, slot apprentice is the same cost, but it's for one person in one specific spot. It doesn't make sense to me, and that's why I think it should be 1 AP on all of them. You see, outside apprentice on route runners is 1 AP, so why can't they just do it for all of them? Like, I made a whole video a few months ago when they did do the slot apprentice change, but just to recap, if you guys are new around here, first of all, if you are new and haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, leave a comment letting me know what you guys think should be changed for AP updates. I'm always looking to see you guys comment, always looking to see for interaction. But, back then, I just straight up was like, it doesn't make sense why EA would leave something like this for 1 AP and would take down running back apprentice on elusive backs and power backs. I think it was only a power backs who was 2 AP, but they would take those down to 1 AP, but then they would up slot apprentice to 2 AP, which just doesn't make sense. It never made sense to me. I think it definitely was something that needed to be should go back to the way it was. Other than that, for pass catchers, I really don't think there's anything else that they really need. Obviously, playmaker, 5 AP. You know what? With us only having 14 AP to work with right now, I think it's fine to have 5 AP playmaker with the fact that we only have 14 AP to work with. So there's that for the pass catchers. Moving on to offensive linemen, we'll go to the new Zach Martin here. I actually picked him up as my NCAT, in case you're wondering how I got him. I got him as my NCAT, but there's a couple of abilities I do think need to be changed. First is threat detector. I wouldn't be upset if they didn't change this one, but I think this should be 2 AP on offensive linemen because it's 2 AP on improviser quarterbacks. So it's relatively cheaper on improviser QBs compared to offensive linemen. Now, I can understand if they don't touch this because it's not even that big of a deal of an ability. It just shows blitzers on 3rd and 4th down, which is good, but 3rd and 4th down, unless you're going up against a guy who's like very, very, very blitz happy, this ability is not going to really do you anything. And yes, it has helped me before. I've actually had a game where I actually scored a touchdown on a guy who was blitzing with a cornerback off the left side. But it's just, to me, honestly, I don't necessarily think it's a big deal if they don't change it, although I do think it should be 2 AP because it's 2 AP on quarterbacks. Identifier, I would argue this should be 0 AP, but 1 AP to be able to see your opponent's user, I think is a fine cost. I know some people want to sit there and say, well, you shouldn't be able to see your opponent's user, like, that's so stupid. However, my counterpoint is, well, then, two things. One, what's wrong with just seeing who your opponent's using? It's not even that game breaking. And 2, yes, you may be able to get a lot of information from identifier pre-snap on what play you're running. However, to counterpoint that, don't run the same fucking defense every damn play. Change it up. Do something different. Because if I can figure out if someone's in a same play over and over and over again, and I can figure out how to beat it consistently, and mind you, I'm about as dumb as a cucumber. I can only imagine what it's like to go up against somebody who knows what the hell they're doing consistently and knows how to bomb cover 4, cover 2, yada, yada, yada. Right? So, like, you get the point. Like, stop staying in the same defense if you're just going to, yeah, like, you get what I'm trying to say, right? Like, just stop staying in the same defense. Last one, completely missed it. Post up, I think they should go back to 1 AP. I theoretically don't see why this was changed, but this one I don't think they're going to do, and I will be a little bit sad if they don't change it, but it is what it is with that. Now, we do know, by the way, the reason I'm making this video is because we do actually know that there is an AP update coming. RG inadvertently or intentionally last week said that there was going to be an AP update either around or after the Super Bowl, so that is why I'm making this now, because these are the things I would like to see. For that's offense, though. For defense, though, there's a couple of abilities I do want to see change. So the first one is going to be, I think Acrobat should be either or. This is an either or for me. Either Acrobat should come down to 1 AP, or Pick Artist should go down to 0 AP. Either or, because I would like to have both abilities on my corners and safeties, because quite honestly, I want to be able to get those diving animations and have better and more consistent catching on picks. The improved stamina, honestly, I think they should just take out the infinite stamina. I don't necessarily think we should have infinite stamina on runbacks. I think that is a little bit OP in my personal opinion, but I do think for an either or, either make Acrobat 1 AP or make Pick Artist 0. Personally, I think that's what it should be for that. I think those are absolute has to change for an either or. I think those absolutely must change. These ones are just incentive, like for me, these ones I think that should change, even though I don't think they're going to, and I won't be upset if they don't, because, I mean, there's more important things, but deep out, and deep in zone KO, I would like to see it drop to 1 AP on all corners, on all zone corners and safeties. I would like to see it drop to 1 AP, just so that way, zone corners have a little bit of extra, stand out for them, because, like, I feel like when it comes to cornerbacks, they're all really, really good, but none of them truly stand out in terms of like the abilities you can get, right? Like all the corners have the same ability. All defensive backs have the same abilities, Acrobat, they all have Acrobat, they all have, like mid route KO, short route KO, one step ahead, which all these man coverage abilities I think should be like 8 AP each, fuck man coverage and everybody who runs it. Consistently, obviously, but like these abilities here, I don't necessarily think they should be 2 AP, because, you want to incentivize more people to use them, and plus also deep in KO is just straight up terrible. Like, it's not worth 2 AP. I wouldn't even argue it's worth 1 AP. Deep in zone KO is awful. Deep out zone KO is actually pretty solid. I've actually used deep out zone KO, and I actually do think it is a very good ability, but deep in zone KO straight up sucks. So that's why I don't necessarily think they should stay at 2 AP for that. So that goes for all defensive backs. For defensive linemen, the couple of things I want to see changed. First off, inside stuff on run stopping ends. Because they've already done it to run stopping DTs. I think inside stuff should go down to 1 AP. And I would even argue no outsider should go down as well. Because inside stuff, yeah, sure, you could drop it down to 1 AP on run stopping ends and run stopping left and right ends, right? But the thing is like people naturally will just progress to outside zone runs. And yes, sure, outside zone is a lot more easier to contain because the defensive players actually do get out there a lot more consistently, at least to my knowledge. But the fact that like with runners, you gotta make people pass the ball in this game, right? And it blows my mind how this is one of the easiest passing games. This passing the ball in this game is super freaking easy. I don't want to say it's the easiest one ever because, I haven't been around for 9 years. Like I've said this before, last year was the first time in 9 years since I played Madden, consistently, because I played 20, not much, but I played 20. But people are naturally going to progress from inside to outside runs, and you got to make people pass the ball. I really do feel like you have to pass the ball in order to truly be a great player at this game. Like, you shouldn't have to sit there. Like, I don't understand how people pay $60 to $100 every year, plus money on packs or coins, just to hand the ball off to their running back. I don't get it. It's weird. I never understand why people do that. And quite honestly, I'm not a fan of it. So I think those abilities should definitely go down to 1 or 2 AP. 1 AP on all run stopping ends and run stopping tackles. Pass rush abilities. Honestly, the power rusher DT and the speed rusher DTs, I think these like edge threat and double or nothing should go down to the same price it is for ends. However, I don't really care if they do that, but it is something that, could be done that I think would actually be a little bit interesting. Just making edge threat and, whatnot, a little cheaper, because edge threat elite on power rusher and speed rusher DTs is 4 AP. So why would I pay for edge threat when I can literally get 1 extra AP and get under pressure and edge threat at the same time? It doesn't make sense to me. I think they should just change it that way. I think there's actually one more I think that there should be done for the for abilities, and that's El Toro. I think it should be 3 AP on all arcs. El Toro is very, very good. I don't necessarily know how broken if it's like broken in Madden 22, but on All Pro, I mean, but on all Madden difficulty, I've heard a lot of people say that El Toro is insane. Like it just dominates people, but it only works from max pass rush points, which I could see it theoretically not being changed, because once you spend a pass rush point with El Toro, now you have to wait till you get your pass rush points back. So I can understand why they aren't doing it that way. However, I just think because of how dominant the bull rush is in that situation with power rushers, I think it should just go up 1 AP for all to 3 AP on all archetypes. My God, I cannot speak. So, couple more things. We're mainly talking about the linebackers now. One particular one that I want to see changed is Lurker. I would argue there should be 0 AP as well on all linebackers. Going back to the pick artist thing, but this is a little bit different. I shouldn't need to pay AP to make a linebacker usable. Okay, like I shouldn't need to pay 1 AP to make a linebacker be able to jump in the air to catch the ball. Like, it's just ridiculous that I have to do that. I shouldn't have to do that. I should have to pay. I don't mind paying AP to get, more ball carrier fatigue, okay? I don't mind paying AP to get, better tackles and whatnot, although I think that's a little bit weird, but I don't mind paying AP for the extra tackles. I don't mind paying extra AP for the dominant impact block wins in the run game. What I don't like is the fact that I need to pay AP to just be able to have somebody jump for a fucking pass to try and pick somebody off. I think it's dumb. It needs to go to 0 AP, and I would argue that this one should be 0 AP before pick artist, because pick artist, you can, it is what it is, right? Like for pick artist, yeah, you do get better catching, but, defensive backs jump for the ball anyways. Linebackers don't unless you have Lurker. So that is what I think about that one for linebackers. And like I said, it should be 0 AP on all arcs, on all linebackers. Don't necessarily think like it's 2 AP on run stoppers. Like that's stupid. That is stupid in my opinion. So that I think is it for the defensive one. Special teams, the only thing I would say is just make it 2 AP, make it 3 AP. Just up the AP cost for the max AP for the special teams. That way we can get both clutch and focus kicker. Just a thought on that. Other than that, guys, that is actually it. Those are what I would think need to be changed for the AP update. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys agree or disagree. Go check out my previous video, guys. Go get that video to 6 likes, and I will do a gameplay as soon as I can. Obviously, tomorrow is a little bit of a scary situation again. I can explain it on Twitter, but I'm not going to explain it in this video. So, but it is a little bit of another situation going on here. But that being said, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.